Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the polishes that I wore for the month of October. I believe most of what I wore was untried, which is fantastic. That has been a goal of mine for 2024. Doesn't always go that way, but I did do pretty good with, so far, trying to wear untried polishes. I will mention, I don't know about you guys, but if you pull seasonal polishes, like for your fall rack or summer rack, whatever it be, do you ever find where you're not feeling like wearing anything that you pulled? I'm sure you do. Actually, you guys go through that too, but chime in the comments and let me know, then I won't feel so bad. But I just have not been feeling what has been on my rack, and I don't know why. I just go through phases where I'm like, do I want to wear anything that's on here? So sometimes I force myself to do that, sometimes I don't. But however, I did do pretty good this time. Now keep in mind, the month of October was mostly about getting the Halloween polish picks pulled and wore. And I will say, I'm excited to tell you I wore, I think, all but 3. There's 3 polishes sitting over there on my little nail polish drawer setup that I didn't get to wear for October. But I'm happy with it. That's fine. I had like 12 polishes pulled and I thought, let's see if I can do it. And I actually did pretty good. So it was also a month for magnetic polishes. I have had a thing with magnetics lately. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy them. But I also despise them at the same time, just because I've struggled a little bit with magnetics, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. So we have, I believe, 9 manicures that I wore and 1 pedicure. Due to foot surgery, we got 1 pedicure in, and that was it, but hey, it was a beautiful pedicure, and I love this polish, you guys. Anyway, so let's go ahead and just get into it. So we're going to start off with the pedicure for October. Oh my goodness, I love this polish. I forgot how much I enjoyed it. I've only wore it a handful of times, but holy moly, she is stunning. This is Endless Blue from Sinful Colors. You guys, holy moly, she is gorgeous. This is so pretty. The formula, I could not believe how gorgeous the formula was. I will say I did switch the brush out for a paddle brush from KB Shimmer. Those do work if you don't like the brushes that come in these polishes, which I don't care for myself. So I changed it out and it made application a breeze for me. I don't know what it is about it. I have heard Diana from Some Call Me Coco talk about this. Bought it. Took a while before I wore it. I've wore it I think a handful of times. Pulled it out for a pedicure this month and oh my goodness. I couldn't stop staring at my feet. I don't know that you can find this. I will say this brand is hard to find. Walmart hardly has anything. I have not seen it hardly anywhere. I will say Dollar General has a display. Oh my goodness, I can't talk. A display of Sinful Colors. At least my Dollar General does. So if you're in the market for it, check there. But I don't know that they'll have this particular polish. But I'm really talking myself out of trying to find a backup because this is one of the best cobalt blue polishes I have in my collection. One of these I'm not sure how to pronounce and I apologize if I get that wrong, but I went with Little Serpent from Bee's Knees Lacquer. This was August PPU. This is a beautiful like grayish blue base with blue flakes. And then on the other hand I wore Cuticula's Ahtohallan, I apologize. I'll try to list it down below. But anyway, this is from the All Is Found collection, and it is a really beautiful, like, tealy green flaky polish. Surprisingly, I built this one up, I believe, in 3 coats on its own, and I really loved this. But anyway, this is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Stunning. This is a beautiful polish. Didn't think I was going to like it, but I really do. It has got some beautiful flakies. They are predominantly like tealy blue to green color shifting flakies in there, and it is in a swishy base. Now on to Bee's Knees. This one is a beautiful polish. I wish there was a hint more flakies in this one though. It doesn't have a huge amount of flakies. I mean, you could see them. You could see the blue flakies in here. really nicely, and it's got a hint, I want to say, of like shimmer. I don't know if that's the flakies or not. But with this one, I do wish the flakies were a little bit more noticeable. On the nail, you could see them. I was just dying for a little bit more to be seen with this one. It's pretty. A really gorgeous polish. Formula was fantastic on this one. I love it. I just do wish there was a little bit more flaky payoff in that one. So next up, oh my goodness. This manicure, holy moly, was absolutely beautiful. So I pulled two new untrieds from Alchemy Lacquer. We have Stiff as a Board, which was a polish pickup rewind offering. So this is that polish. Look at this gorgeous glow, you guys. It is a blue base with blue shimmer. It has a little bit of like a purple look to it. You guys could probably see it there in the bottle. Holy moly, this was stunning. This was, I believe, I did 3 coats. Okay, I think I did 2 coats of this one and initially thought, I think 3 coats is needed, so I went in with 3. So that was on one hand, and then on the other hand, I wore Heartbreaker from Alchemy. Look at this gorgeous beauty. This is such a beautiful polish, just absolutely stunning. You've got a beautiful like purpley Merlot base, and then there is shimmer in here, which you guys are probably catching on camera. This is like predominantly like an orange bronzy shift. I did 3 coats of this one, but oh my goodness, did I love this manicure. They are both thermals from Sassy Sauce Polish that I've had for quite a while. I've had these for probably 2 years, never wore them. So over top of Stiff as a Board, I pulled this one from Sassy Sauce, which is Masks Mandatory, Bras Optional, and this was a PPU rewind offering for July 2021. So this is a really beautiful flaky balm. This, I believe, is its cold state. When it's a warm state, in its warm state, it is like a white base, I want to say. But I put it over the Alchemy polish just to play around with it. I was getting ready to change my manicure, and I was like, do I do that? And my husband's like, you might as well. Play around with them. Why not? So I put this over the Stiff as a Board polish. Obviously, it's going to make a difference with whether it transitions or not, and it didn't really transition because of having something underneath. But this is a gorgeous beauty. Look at those flakes. This is so stunning. And then over the other polish from Alchemy, I pulled Pardon Me Cowboy from Polish Beauty Expo July 2021. This is like a blurple magenta, and this also is a thermal. I believe what you're seeing is the cold state, and I think the warm state is kind of like a blue. Not really sure if I can remember correctly. I tested these out like on swatch sticks a while ago, and I don't remember how they transition. But these were beautiful. I enjoyed how it looked. I had it on for, I think, like a day when I did that. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just play around with it. And my husband's like, you've got them. Why not? Go ahead and play around with it. So that's what I decided to do. And while they didn't transition on my nails because of having a base color on, they were really fun to just play around with and be able to just see what they were like. I really enjoyed them. They're full of, like, shimmer also in here. And then they've got the color shifting flakes. You guys are stunning in these. So glad I got my hands on them. I just got to try to wear them by themselves just to see how they transition. So next up is one that I did enjoy this. It just didn't quite work out like I had planned, but it worked nonetheless. So these were both on my Halloween station, I think. I think these were Halloween choices. So I have Rogue Lacquer's I Miss Your Face. This is a beautiful multi-chrome polish. Look at this beauty. I may or may not have ordered a backup of this one when I had the opportunity because she's beautiful. It is a deep, vampy base. It is like a bluish purple base, I think. I think it is kind of like it looks predominantly like purple. Oh, it is so dark though. It is such a dark vampy polish. And then you've got different shifts here that you guys should be able to see on the bottle. So I believe, I didn't write down how many coats. I think I did 2 coats of this one. And then I wanted something different, and it didn't quite work out like I wanted it to, but anyway. So then I pulled Doom Buggy from Polished for Days. This is a Haunted Glow polish. So this is a black base with color shifting flakes. I put a layer of this over the Rogue polish on my ring finger just to see what it would do, and this was too black of a base that really kind of ruined the Rogue polish on that finger, but it worked nonetheless. I didn't love it. This is absolutely gorgeous though. In person, this is shifting You've got bright fuchsia, purple, green, orange, red shifts in here. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. If you maybe haven't pulled this one out, I highly recommend it. It's meant to be worn on its own. It can be built up in a few coats, but I did just want to layer it. It was a little too dark of a base for that rogue polish, but it worked nonetheless. I didn't love it, but I didn't really not like it either. So I pulled two new ones from Starrily. We have Rosewater, which I wore on my left hand in 3 coats. This is a beautiful polish, you guys. Absolutely stunning. Let me see if I can get it to magnetize on camera here. Yeah, you can see there how dark it gets. So there it is magnetized. This is gorgeous, but anyway, okay. This was 3 coats. With that, I pulled another one from Starrily. So we have Absinthe, which is this beautiful, like, bright green. Blue to purple shift with this one. There's even a hint of, like, pink with this one as well. When you magnetize it, look how dark this gets. Just look how dark and beautiful that base color is. I will say, boy, did I struggle this time. I don't know what it is with me and magnetic polishes. They don't turn out. I don't know what it is. These were really beautiful polishes. They just didn't quite look like I had expected them to. They just didn't show off that beautiful magnetization that you see in the bottle. On swatch sticks, I can get these to magnetize gorgeously, but on me, it doesn't want to. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but anyway, with that said, they were beautiful polishes. I just was disappointed that they just didn't quite work for me like I had expected them to. I'm not sure what happened. So now we're moving on to another, I think this was a Halloween set, if I recall correctly. Is that how I did it? I think so. So these were Halloween picks. I think only one of these was actually a Halloween polish pick. I had to pull everything else to go with it. So for my base colors, I pulled Secret Heir from Orly, which is a beautiful deep purple cream. Over top of that, I pulled Haunted AF from Kathleen & Co. Look at this gorgeous beauty. This is so pretty. It's got that beautiful blue shimmer. It is in a purple base, but I wanted to put it over a base color because this one is really sheer. It's a solid like 3-4 coater on its own, and I knew I didn't want to fiddle with that, so I ended up just going ahead and putting this over that purple from Orly. On my other hand, I pulled Dioptase from Victorian Varnish, which is a beautiful blue cream. I've talked about her creams before, so I don't want to ramble too much, but this is fantastic. And they're $8, guys. They're $8. If you're in the market for them, they come with a great paddle brush. Formulas are fantastic. That, I believe, was a 2-coater. Over top of that, I pulled a new polish called Happy Haunts from Polished for Days. This one is gorgeous, and it went beautifully with that Victorian Varnish polish. I did 2 coats of Victorian Varnish, and I believe just 1 coat of this one. Absolutely beautiful. This was so shifty. Both of these were gorgeous manicures. I love how they turned out. If you haven't tried layering like shimmer polishes or flakies over creams, I highly recommend you try it. You might like it, you might not. That's my preferred way to wear polishes. I love to layer. So next up, I believe, is another untried. This is one polish I forgot I had, and I thought I better wear it before the month of October is over. So for my base, I used Cuccio Colors Red Eye to Shanghai. It was just a really nice red cream. This has a crappy brush in it, so I have a set of brushes that I got from AliExpress. I just use that when I do a manicure with these polishes instead of changing the brushes on these particular polishes. Fine in that one. I did do, I believe, 2 coats. Over top, I wore Psycho from Monarch Lacquer. This is a beautiful red flaky. I completely forgot about it until somebody on Instagram wore this, and I don't know who it was. And I'm like, why didn't I wear that? I want to say Carolina from Gotta Love Polish, but I could be wrong. But this wore beautifully. I loved it. I will say I don't think it worked great over that base color. It was pretty, but the base in this color from Monarch is a little bit deeper than my base color that I chose. Messed it up a little. Didn't look too bad. Wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but this polish from Monarch is stunning. If you got your hands on it, maybe haven't worn it, I would go ahead and try it. You're going to love that one. So next up we have another Halloween manicure. I didn't love this one. I got a few thoughts here, so we're just going to run through it really quickly. So I have a white polish. This is White Here, White Now from KB Shimmer. Standard white cream. Over top of that, I wore Rogue Lacquer's a Rogue Haunting, which is a colorful, flaky Crelly. This is a beautiful polish, but I have some thoughts on it, which I'll talk about. Then I wore two untrieds from China Glaze. We have this one in I Got a Blue Attitude. This is a really beautiful purple with some subtle blue shimmer. And then Good as Marigold from China Glaze. I've had Good as Marigold in my collection for a while. I actually had 2 bottles and I destashed one. I wanted to try it just to see how these would look. With that Rogue polish, I was trying to mimic the colors in the flakies, and this Rogue polish has orange, blue, and gold and purple, or yellow and purple, I think, flakies in there, and I wanted to try to see what I could bring together to make this work. So I ended up alternating, I think, the orange and the purple on each hand, if I remember correctly. The purple is a gorgeous polish. This is almost a one-coat polish. I did change the brush on this one. You can use KB Shimmer brushes for China Glaze. However, they're a little bit on the short side, and I find them to be a little stubby, so it doesn't work quite as well as I would like. I will say I have been destashing Orly polishes a lot lately, and I steal the brush out of the Orly polishes and just get rid of the actual Orly polish. That's what I do. I clean the brushes off my Orly polishes that I don't like or don't want, and I put them in China Glaze. They fit beautifully. They're perfect length. No issues whatsoever. I think I did that with Good as Marigold also. Yeah, you can see here. So this is an Orly brush, and it's much longer than the KB Shimmer. So if you're in the market or maybe have some Orly polishes that you don't like, or maybe they're old and dried up, take the brush out, clean it with polish remover, and you're good to go. Liked this manicure, but I don't care for this polish. This Crelly from Rogue, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I had trouble getting the flakies to lay flat. I top coated a few different times. Still didn't want to work right. And I have 2 that are similar to this from Rogue, and I just don't care for it. So I don't know that I'm going to keep this one. I may set this one aside with the other one to potentially get rid of, and I'll let you guys know if it's up for grabs at some point. So is that... Nope, I have one more. Okay, so for the last manicure, this was my last hurrah before I had surgery. We did 2 more magnetics. Same goes with these guys. I still struggled. So I did Starry's Nightshade, which is a beautiful multi-chrome polish. This is stunning. You see that beautiful purple. And then magnetizing this, I think it gets darker. Yeah, you can see there it darkens quite a bit. So there it is magnetized. It didn't want to do that on me. It looked great as I was applying it, and then I would go top coat it, and it kind of just, everything just got messed up. So I don't know what happened. And then I wore this one from Emily Damali on the other hand. This is Haunted Vibes. This is gorgeous, you guys. So this is what it looks like magnetized. Look how beautiful and dark that gets. It didn't want to do that for me, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you guys have tips for magnetic polishes, let me know. I have applied these multiple different ways. I have used this type of magnet. I have laid my finger over it as I paint it on. It magnetizes beautifully. I go to top coat. Everything goes to pot. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So with that, I liked these. They just were a little disappointing. I don't know what the issue is. I'm going to have to play around with it. I will say with the Emily Damali, I ended up using my horseshoe magnet for the velvet effect. While I didn't love that, it looked better than the cat eye magnet did. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. But if you have tips, let me know down below, because it is very, very frustrating that nothing's working out like it should. So that's it, guys. That is everything I think that we wore for the month. Let me know if you have any favorites from what I pulled for the month. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you later.